So you can see the percentage. I haven't spoken, right? So I was just concentrating. The percentage is found on the number 5. The 4 is the dollar sign, because when you start over adding 1, 2, 3, and then you get the 4, you get the 10. So you've put 9 behind you. Let's call it 90 behind you. So you get the percentage sign. You get the dollar sign here. 3, it fills 3 by 3. 2 is where you're at, right? Star key is with 8. Half a quarter moon, right? The moons are on 9 and 0. Where is 0? Well, 0 is with 20. 0 is with 30. 0 is with 40. 0 is with 50. 0 is with all the numbers. But it shows you zeros at one end and 1 is at the other. So what should we do? What if we wanted to continue? What would be after 0? So I decided that I was going to do my first 0 appears at 10. I know, because when I go to the store and I spend my money at the store, right? If it's 0, 1, and 2 cents, right? If it's 1 and 2 cents, they get nothing, right? 1 and 2 cents equals 0. You get nothing, okay? Only when you get the 3 cents, okay, equals to 5 cents. So you know right away that the 3 cents went along with the 2 cents to create that. Because when you come into the game, how can I show you this? Imagine if this spot was empty, and no, this spot was empty. This spot was full, and these two are empty. These two are full, and this one is empty. You put them all together, so through here you can have a passage, right? And this can be over the bridge, if you want to look at it that way. Another way can be the Olympics. Up here you can have the gold. On this side you'll have the silver. On this side you'll have the bronze. 7, 1, 2, or 7 and 3 if you want. So what happens is when you're born, right, the standard bred and the two kinds of horse racing, I'm just trying to figure out how you're riding the cycle or you're part of the cycle. I'm just trying to remember whether you're animal or you're human, but I don't want to get into that. Just to say that there's a spot here and a spot here, and you can peg this into the ground. You can peg this into the ground. You can put this up here. The river will go down here, and that's how you're hooked up. I don't know. Just forget about that. I forget what I was doing with that. And this is like the omega sign, right? I'm just thinking of something. I don't know. It also looks like the Monopoly car. You know what I'm saying? The Monopoly car, you ever see it? Okay, forget about that. Okay, let's jump into what this is. First of all, I'm thirsty, so can I go just get something to drink? Just now that my camera is being misplaced. Yeah, I fundled up a little bit. I went on to something I didn't want to get into, so I'm not going to bother. Just let me take away some of that light. Give me a second. I just want to get something to drink. First, I'm going to have a little tea. Just give me a second. I'm going to bring over. Can't even open it. God, that was tough. That was tough. Going to bring over a nice glass of carrot juice. Sometimes I start too quick. Sometimes. You know what? I have a story that something is bothering me. Right? I did something. First of all, this focus is just terrible. Wow, this is just terrible, this camera. Is it me or is it the camera? Anyways, I did something, and it was like I did it sleeping. I did it like sleeping. It's like I didn't even notice I was going through the motion. Somebody said something to me, and then I did it, and it was like I was just, it was like I can't even explain what it was. It was like I wasn't even there, and I was taking part, and really crazy. Okay, so there's a couple of things. I'm going to start with the countdown. So if we can have the countdown, at the same time, there's a count up because you have to put it somewhere. You got to put it somewhere. They say energy never goes away. Well, whatever you say didn't go away. Otherwise, somebody, if it went away, somebody forgot. And if they didn't, it had to be documented. It was done. Imagine if it went away, you'd never have it as a memory. Oh my God, I did it. So this is what I want to talk about, the countdown. As you're doing the countdown, I want to do the count up because you have to store it somewhere. So I'm going to do the count up as you do the countdown, almost like pulling a cord. Imagine there's a cord like a chairlift. And so you pull one chairlift down and it turns the other ones and sends them up. Right? Okay, so this is where we are. When we go 10, 9, we have the, okay, we have the, I want to call it the Dangel, okay, D-A-N-G. It's an angel, right? Number 39. I always looked at the D, for some reason, it just keeps reminding me of the D, like D angel, because it's actually, I call it the delta angle. I brought up that name many years ago because of the Greeks, alpha, beta, gamma, delta. So the delta angle was a division after gamma, which is the gateway in creation, because all it takes is A and B, right? All you need is A and B to create that situation. Here you have B, and here you have A. Now, is A going through something? Is A dividing something? How do you actually create A? I don't know, but there's a story to everything. Everything tells its own story. This happens to be one corner. If I repeat this, okay, again and again, or if I just repeat it just once, you only want to repeat it once, because look what happens when I repeat it once. There's no space left. You have used up everything except for these corners. And if that's what's left over, we're going to have to call it the 2 dice. That is the 2 dice, okay, the 2 dice. And you see the way we created it? See the way we created it? We skipped over the center area. I'm not sure if you were aware. Where's my crayons? I'm not sure if you're aware. Hold on. Can I sharpen this somewhere? There's a sharpener somewhere. God. Terrible. Terrible. No good, broke. What kind of terrible. Terrible. Okay, just let me clean off my book for a second. You know what? These videos are actually for me and for whoever shows up, whoever wants to see something different. But I wish there were more people here. So here is the outline for what I just did, right? And then the other outline, right, is over here. I'm just going to darken it in. Just going to darken it in. So you can see we never, I'm just going to darken. This is what I did. These are the 3 empty spots. When does this spot get filled? Is this a spot to pass through? I ask questions. What is that spot for? Obviously, you cannot create the same thing in all 4 corners. It's impossible. These 3 and these 3 left 3 over. So this would be the dice cube, okay, sitting, the 2 dots there would be sitting just like that. That's the way it'd be sitting. And you'd have 6, 3, and 3, 6, and 1 open area. The open area is caused by the two C's, CC, coming together. The numeric values of 2, 3, and 6, according to that, 2, 3, and 6, 11. 2 times 3 is 6, 11. And here it's 4, 7, and 8. So here's 11, and here is 19. 11 and 19 comes together. I forget where else that comes together. 11 and 19 comes together. 11 and 19. And then we have 1 and 9 left out. So all we used is 1 and 9 in this equation. If I turn this the other way, right? If I turn this way, okay, I would have 3 and 7 as the dots. And I would have 1 and 2. Did I do that right? We're not counting the 5. 1 and 2 and 4 equaling to 7. And I am going to have 8 and 9 and 6 equaling to 23, 2 and 3 equaling to 5. So let me see if I got this correct. On the top board, right, is this where it stops? 3 and 7. Where is 3 and 7? I just want to make sure I got 3 and 7. Okay, yes, okay. I don't have the calculator with me, do I? See, here is your 3 and your 7. Here is your 1 and your 9. Here's your 3 and your 1 and your 9, according to this one over here. Okay, so then these are this is your one equation over here. Okay, your next equation is how come I have these? Oh, right, I didn't add them up here. I didn't use the numbers to add them up over here. Over here, I used, like I said, 2 and 3 and 6. And then I used 4 and 7 and 8. And that was 19, 19S, 11K, SK. Here I had G and E. This part tells me about the moon. This way is going the moon. The 3 and 7 is telling me about the moon, about number 36, which is 11. 11 is part of creation of alpha beta. It took 11 to create 1 and 2. 1 times 1, 1. 1 plus 1, 2. 1 and 2 comes from 11. 1 and 2. Two separate numbers. So were all the numbers created beyond 11? We're going to be looking into that. I will not have the answer. I never do. Sometimes it comes up and I say, oh, I can't believe it. It's right. So over here, we have 7 and 5. 3, 5, and 7. They spell gun. 3, 5, and 7. Electric company, the gateway. Just let me look out. Let me see something. The 3 equals 11. 5 equals 12. And 7 equals to 13. Did I write that down properly? Do you know why? Apparently, these are 3 prime numbers. But in star system mathematics, what I call star system math, okay, is when you make a star, okay, which is you have to watch when you stop and then you go, right? Because at the star, at the 8-point star, right, it's like a stop sign, right? The octagon. So when you get to the octagon, you got to stop and you just got to wait. So now what happens over here is 1 plus 1 equals to 2. 1 plus 2 equals to 3. 1 plus 3 equals to 4. 1 times 1, okay, equals to 1. 1 plus 2, okay, 1 times 2 equals to 2. 1 times 3 equals to 3. 2 and 1 equals to 3. 3 and 2 equals to 5. 3 and 4 equals to 7. This is the way I do my star system math. So we did the countdown, and through the countdown, we have 9, 11 are the first 2 that come together. Now, I wish I made my paper straighter, but we're going to see if I can get this book over here. See if I can get this paper over here. So we have 10, and then we have 9, 11. And then I have 8 and 12. Remember, this is the number, but you see it in words, what you're saying. This is the design of this word. What's what? But anyways, this is number 63. Number 63, 3 cubes come together for this 11. So now we have the minimum of 3, right? When you play with 3 cubes, the minimum you will get is 1, 1, and 1, 3. Although it's in the 5 position, and you'll get 15, or if you multiply it, you'll get 125. So you get Mars memory, right? You get 15 and 125, or you'll get 8 and 6 division of the house planet. But let's not talk about that. 1, 1, okay. Anyways, wow, and I came into the row. And then we're going to get 7 and 13. And then we're going to get 6 and 14. And then we're going to get 5 and 15. And then we're going to get 4 and 16. And then we're going to get 3 and 17. And then we're going to get 2 and 18. And then we're going to get 1 and 19. And then we're going to get blast off 215 memory, the cube of Mars. So the blast off, and then the blast off would be 20. Okay, you see 20 for blast off, right? Do you think this is the same thing as this? Take a good look. Take a good look. You tell me. Is this the same? I want to see it. I wanted someone to write to me telling me it's the same or it's not the same. Should I bring them closer together? Would you like a better look at it? Hold on a second. Let me just. Okay, take a good look. This is the B. This is the second letter in the alphabet. Okay, the 25th reverse. This is the O. Okay, right? This is the O. It is the 15th letter in the alphabet. This is a 2. It is the letter B. It is the second letter in the alphabet. This is a 0. Although it looks like an O, it is the 15th letter in the alphabet. So blast off and 20 come to the same thing. We sort of have that same result. But now on the way up, okay, there is a count up as well as a count down. When you start from 10, you go down to 9 and you go to 2. 10. Call it 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 1. You put the same thing here, but here it's actually 130. The B letter will show 130, and the 19th letter is the S. So it shows A, E, and I. It's talking about birth from Mars, 519. 5. Looks like an S, right? Looks like an S. Have you ever seen this before? Do you know that all these letters, this one looks like a 5. And all these other ones, okay, are in the 5 house. The 14th letter, the 5th letter, the 23rd letter, and the 19th letter that looks like a 5. This one is going to turn into the G letter eventually, but let's not get into that. So this is our blast off, and here is what happens. Okay, I'm not really sure which way to go about. Should I add them up to every single one? Total will be 20. Your 1020 means location, CB language. CB language 2 and 3, beta creation. When you have CB language, you have the 10 code. Okay, the primary code for the language, A, B, C, and then you speak. Usually start, what channel do we go on? Channel 19 is where most of the American truckers go. I think the French station is 9, I'm not sure. So this is the count up, count down. Now we have some things going on here that either I can use or I can't use, that I mean that they work or they don't work together. And that's when it comes to this area over here and this area over here. Okay. And that's if you're playing the game of pool. You see, if we're playing the game of pool, we have now left through the seventh gate into steel, what is the solid eight heaven. So we're still running solids all the way up to here. Now we haven't gotten to 10 yet. So what happens to the 9, 1, 11? What happens as we pass into the next section? Does it become a count down the same way? Because really 7, 8, 9 is, are we going up over here? So let's say 8 is where the passage is. So we have to go to number 17. That's Q. When Q comes out, so does Earth come out. Okay. Q high, Earth. And there's more to this, but first we're just going to go with the basics. The numeric value for Earth is 52. Multiplied and added, it equals to 10 and equals to 7. You want to use 17 for Q? We can. So that's that. Now, here is the 8th and the 9th letter. 2 to the power of 3, 3 to the power of 2, BC creation, before the Christ. It is also what comes out of bricks. I don't know if you've ever seen this before. I've done it many, many times. Here's the way we lay bricks. And then when you look inside the bricks, you can see that all the half bricks come out to number 52. And separating the bricks between the two bricks is I, brick A and brick B. Okay, and above the two bricks where the H is divided over here, you see the H dividing the two bricks, shows you a full brick up here and a full brick down here. So this is your H and I brick lane, and it creates 17, and this one creates 17 created from numeric value 52. It's just basic. 512 is memory, 512 memory, 51 the letter O, 52 or 25 the letter Y, yo. They play it in the game of craps and they're calling it all the time, and they're calling the C arc. I don't know why it's the C arc, but it's talking about the C arc. What is going on in the C arc? Where do we get this? Because it is the C and E, right? And the B and C before and after the creation of the Christ. The R letter, when the C comes together with the R letter, they create the word core. Okay, the core has to do with something with either it's kosher or koraps. I'm just thinking right now, or is it creation of the gold? I think that's where it is, number 38. What happens is in French, O and R comes together, creating the word gold in French, number 33. Where it comes together is the C sound for E is after the C, and the A sound for R is before the R. So you have EA coming together, creating 1 and 5, and that is the O letter with the R letter creating the gold, creation of the gold. And that gold numeric 38, okay, is in rotation of what we all know as the club, if you want to do it this way, right? And that would be Demas, and this one would be Phobos. And in the center with the gold, it would be Luna. And they've got earphones on. Now, the question is, are they actually talking about the pedestal that's above our neck, wrapped up inside the spade, so we don't even really know what's going on? Or is this just the significance telling us that Mars has 2 moons, or these are the 3 moons, okay, that are embodied, okay, or held on at a distance from one of the other planets? And remember, Mercury and Venus have no moons. That means they have the control keys. And what do they control? They control Luna, Demas, and Phobos, okay, which works their energies against the planets. right, through the oceans. Some, you have to have a balance of everything, to pull and to push in order to keep that balance, how a plane flies. And anyways, let's not get into that. I know this whole page just got really messy. So we counted down with 8 and 3. It's really, really messy. I want to do that again and really, really show it to you. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off. And then we're going to go 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Did I miss something here? 11. Oh, yes, I did, because 10 has to go up here. 10 is the center of everything, so I have to put 10 up there. So it doesn't matter. I'll just move it down. I don't like when it's messy, but it is what it is. All right. Okay. So now we have 9 and 2. That is the birth. Here we have 8 and 3, creation of the heavens. Here we have 7 and 4. And it also runs for the age of man. This is the age of woman. This is Yo, the student of Earth and Mars. Because if I'm basing this on the cube, my only way in on the cube, right? And since they're praying to the cube on Earth over here, it's very dynamic that it should be included. So when you pray to the cube, you have to understand that's 1 and 1. The reverse of 1 and 1, okay? If it were 2 dots, if it were just 2 dots, which 2 ways do you want to look at it? 5 and 6, where 5 is ruling over 6 because it has the dot in the center ruling the 4 corners, to where the 6 has the 4 corners, but its reversal is the dot. The only true 7. So, so then we have 6 and 5. Then we have 5 and 6. Then we have 4 and 7. Then we have 3 and 8. And then we have 2 and 9. And then we have 1 and 1, 11, right at the bottom, right there. We have 11. This becomes 1 and 1, 11. So we have creation right down here at the bottom. We have birth. This is the club. This is Jesus of time to the student, and everything that I said seems to split right over here because the numbers duplicate. So we have to split everything between 6 and 5. Just like I mentioned before, everything splits here. Okay, number 14 and 15. In the game of pool, everything stops on this ball. But we have a cue ball. We do have a 16th ball. We do have the 16th ball, and that's the ball that gets to hit all the other balls. That's the ball that gets to hit all the other balls. So then we have actually how many numbers? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. And here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different numbers. Here we have 4 different numbers. Here we have 5. Unless, right? It's 1 and 1, right? 9, it's 9 and 2. I can't change this unless you just want me to add it up. 9 and 2, 11, 8 and 3, 11, 7 and 4, 11, 6 and 5, 11, 5 and 6, 11, 11, 11, 11. You see, I'm counting these to the single digit, okay? 18 equals to 1 and 8 equals to 9. 1 and 9 equals to 10, right? This one equals to 10, so it should be 11. But I counted to a single digit. If I counted this one to a single digit, I got 9. So I count this to a single digit, I only end up with 2. So if I really go down the line, they're all going to be 2s. All 2s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're not going to count that one, will we? Because it's the only 2. Do I count them all? Oh, I'm not going to count it for another reason. Number 19. In numbers, right, it's 1 through 18. Okay? It's 1 through 18. You shouldn't be counting the 19th. The 19th is a repetition and on the other side. And in roulette, okay, the number 19, 1 and 9 equals 10, is red. But this 10 here, this black angel, 1 plus 0 equals 110, is black. So this is how I break things up. So we went down and we went up at the same time. Let me count down now here. 1 and 1 is, oh, we did it over here. I did all that. So this whole area, okay, as we're counting down, we're getting 9 and 2. There's a difference of 7. There's a difference of 5. There's a difference of 3. There's a difference of 1. There's a difference of 1. There's a difference of 3. There's a difference of 5. There's a difference of 7. There's a difference of, if I did it that way, there would be a difference of 9. I'm just going to do it that way. So this is its own reality. So what do I do with everything? These three are very special numbers, okay? In French, they are mentioned as 10, 7. And this would be 10, 8. And this one is 10, 9. And remember, it's a singularity. It's just like a rock. Are you going to bring a rock with? We need the rock for the driveway. We have to fill up the balcony with rock. We have to fill up the garden with earth. You're not going to bring one little piece of earth. You're going to bring a lot of earth, right? So if I say 19, I'm not just talking about 119. I'm talking about 79 or 99. I'm not talking about 18. Okay, I'm talking about 78 or 98. And I'm not talking about only 17. I'm talking about 77 or 97. And the reason for this is because when you say it in French, you say 60, okay? 17. 60, 18. And then you say 60, 19. And you want to say it again? Okay, you're going to say it again at 90, 97, 98, 99. You're going to say 4, 20, 17, 18, 19. The value, okay, in this, and what they're actually showing you is they're showing you part of 6 and birth at the same time in these two numbers, because if you do notice, there's a Roman numeral in here equivalent to 9, and this would say 49, saying it is the heaven. And is the heaven the birth of Jesus of time? 49, 94 equals 47. I have to find a way to get it back to meaning something else. 49, 94. Half of this I can't get perfect, but half of this I can. This is Jesus' time on the cross. This also is 36 and 13. So it's man's creation of 11. Or this one over here, this one value is at 11. You notice the way 9, 11, because the value of the letters for the word 11 is 63. The multiplication and the addition, right, is 13. But that's not the only 13 that there is in numbers. There are other 13s, okay? And the first 13 is 4 and 9. The second 13 is 5 and 8. The third 13 is 6 and 7. Now, these three numbers have a reverse to them. The reverse of 4 is going to be actually 10 or 1. The reverse of 5 is going to be 0.9. The reverse of 6 is going to be 0.8. Why? Where do I get this? It's pretty simple. On the crap table, there's a betting area. If you bet the 4, not only that, I don't even have to do it that way. I'll just take out the dice cubes. So let me have a little bit of... Yeah, I got to slow down a little bit. Okay, so on the dice cube, right, if I show you a number 4, right, if I show you a number 4, 3 and 1, 4, Okay, I need the 9 to make 13. So forget about these three. I'm just showing you how to get the 13 from these numbers. But the reverse of the 4 is going to be 10. 6, okay, 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1, so it's going to be 1 and 4. Okay, 1 and 4, and how 1 and 4 comes together here in another show. Number 14, okay, 3 and 11 together is like so crazy important. But I'll show you that after. So here's your reversal. So what would be my reversal of 9? Well, the reversal of 9 is 5. Okay. That means the reversal of 1 would be 5, right? Would be I'm just thinking right now, and I'm going too fast. I probably shouldn't do this, but I'm doing it anyways. 5. If I had to find the difference of 5, here's 3, and here's 2, and that's 5. So I needed the 8 to make my 13. So the reverse of 5 is 9. So I put down 9. So now, what would go? I'm just trying to think. How did I come up with 5? Just give me a second. 4 and 1 is 5. Just 1 second. So if the reverse of 4 is this, the reverse of this is this. What's the reverse of 9? It's 5. What's the reverse of 8? It's 6. What's the reverse of 7? It's 7. So now we have 5, 1, 6, 9, 7, 8. 15, 15, 15. So we now have 15 and 13 in all three of these boxes. And the story comes from this. That's the story. Not only is that the story, but now we're going to go connect. We connected over here, right? We want to connect 4 with 9. So when we're connecting 4 with 9, we're also going to connect 1 with 5. Or 1 and 5 will disconnect. The opposite of connecting 4 and 9 is 1 and 5. So this will be 4 and 9 is 13, 1 and 3 is 4, 5 and 1 is 6. 6 and 4. This one becomes 65, and okay, this one becomes 0, 7. 7 come 11. Wow. This is 19. Should I put this, should I use a 10 or should I just put the 1 there? I really didn't want to pass. I want to just do 18. This is 18, 11, and this is 18. And this is 15, and this is 24. 66, 99. The roadway is 66. I just tell you right now. It was changed for Highway 80. 8 times 8. 8 plus 8 equals to 64, equals to 16, equals to 80. When you take minus the 16, it equals to 48, and that equals to the sun, the buy and sell, and Pluto. Those are my 4 majors that I stick with it. It would also create day and night. You see, when you switch from one side to the other side of 66, we completely moved over and went to Highway 80. And I explained this, and I use it this way for more than one reason. One of the reasons is in gematria, okay, 7 is here, 6 and 6 are over here. So there's a division between 6 and 6. Now, the 7th gate here and the 7th gate on this side, there are 2 7th gates. In fact, in gematria, I'm just going to do it. It's over here. One gate is G. The other gate is T. 7 and 20. Those are the gates. And on each side is number 66 to the 7th gate. Okay, now my question is the area they have to go between here and here, okay? They go down 6, and here they go up 6. The total is 12. Okay, now I'm not sure if it's the gap over here what creates the 8, but if I leave my house and go into the street, and you leave your house and go into the street, you're door 7, I'm door 7, we arrive both in the same place, 88. The divisions of the street, your heaven on your lawn outside, my heaven on my street, my side, 88. Where else am I with this? Highway 80, Highway 80. 0 equals 2, all zeros equal to 6. So what is actually happening? 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8. That's what's happening. Divided by the seventh gate. This is the house cat. When does it happen? It happens on number 42. Number 42. Where is number 42? Where is number 42? 5 is number 42. And 9 is number 42. And in both of them, the number 1 plays. 5, 9. It's 1 and 4 or 3 and 2 equaling to 5. It's 6 and 3 or 5 and 4 equaling to 9. That is if it's in the cube. If it is not in the cube, it is a different story. It'll be 2 and 7 and 1 and 8. And 1 and 8 and 2 and 7 are in the cube, but they're talking solely of 2 and 7 here and 1 and 8 here. 2 and 7 and 1 and 8. It is talking about the void of the 8 spaces around 1 or the voided spaces in between 2. Although there's 7 spaces, right? When you connect the dot, right? Look, 7 spaces. You say there's 4 and there's 4, right? 4 corners, but 1 meets over here, creating only 7 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The corners that meet. There are only 7 corners. 7 of 8. And that is your gateway, and that is your Q17 to Earth. The high road to travel. So this is my little thing. 12 equals to 87, and the gateway is through the female. 99 is 13. That's the male, and that's Jupiter. Okay, and when I think of pi, I think we got split up through Earth because of the design of this design. This is one design, and then what happens here on this place that we live, okay, is, let me see, 1, 2, 1, 2. They did this. They created the 2-line dollar and the 1-line dollar. This is Mars and Mars gold because they run by the moon, controller of the moon. And then they went to the fiat. Not really sure terminology for all this. And this one is Earth. 51, look on the cross. And don't forget, we're going to put Jesus, we're going to call it Luna. Then we're going to put thief, and we're going to call it Demas. And then we're going to put thief 1 and thief 2. Okay, and we're going to call it Phobos. Right? Cancel. Luna, anul, cancel. Or anal, getting it up the... okay, so that's the basic of whatever I just did. We spoke about all this. This here, number 65, will create, okay, number 41. It'll also create 54, 45, okay, and 29. It will connect, okay, it will connect to number 76 or 67. That will bring us our freedom of 66 at 55. And if you don't understand any of that, it's so hard to explain. What happens is 1 times 6 equals 6. 1 plus 6 equals 7 times 6 equals 42. 7 plus 6 equals to 13 equals to 55. Now, they have commercials on TV, and they call it freedom 55, but the word freedom has a value of 66. Okay, and there's 2 E's. We're going to call it 61. And that's what happens. And your freedom comes through the electric company and the moon because of what 5 times 5 equals 35 equals to 25 and 10 equaling to 35. And then your 38, which is the club, the running design of the 3 moons, okay, equals to 24 and 11 equals to 3 times 8, 3 plus 8, equaling to 35. The same thing on how do I get 65? It's 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 equals to 65. Now, how do I get number 23? You get number 23, okay, by 3 times 5 equals to 15. 3 plus 5 equals to 8 equals to 23. And one of these numbers will also equal to 23, depending on what you want to do with them. This 77, which they call the Christ, is as well equal to /63 when you bring star system math into it. 7 times 7, 49. 7 plus 7, 14, and 49 is 63. So each one of these, this is going to bring you the gateway. This is going to bring you the birth of the angel. And it's showing it to you right over here because of what the mathematics do. This is in Jupiter, gives you the roadway. And this is the gateway to your birth. And there is never more than 7 of 9, because no matter what you do with this, turning it, the other side is a single dot. The highest number you will get out of a possible 9 is 7. 7 out of 9. It's almost like in baseball. The pitcher comes up. He knows that on 4 balls you will walk. He knows on 3 strikes, the walk and the out. 15, 36, 46, 56. Man gets 3 strikes. He gets a turkey. You get a turkey, it's the beginning of pi, understanding the division. Walk is 24, 34, 35, 36, 46, 47, 11, 23, 24. That's right. You got to walk at 47. You got the time of Jesus on the cross, and you strike out. You have the birth of the DNA, the division. So that's what happened over there. Did we get all that right? Where am I missing something somewhere? All these numbers. Just trying to think. 111. When 111 comes together, it's another way in dice to say 666. It's also 111 is part of creation. So why is this 111? 19 is 10 plus 1 is 11. It's not 111, but if it was, so it's not. It's not. It's 1, 2, and 9 is 11. So we're talking about, okay, wrong row. 119, 28, 218, 317, 516, 615, 714. See, this is a special. Is it 714? No. It's 713. Sorry. 713, 614, 713, 812, 911. Now, I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just looking into what I just did. If you're trying to figure out what this is, these numbers, 14th letter, 9th letter, 14th letter, 5th letter, 28 and 9, 37 and 5, 42, 28. The hidden cycle, they're using the same letter. It's 28 and 14 DNA passage through the cycle of man, and that's through the cycle in the moon. Spermatozoid. They must be calling, there's a reason for calling things man, and I can only think of the spermatozoid. Seen that in the Matrix, the way they put that worm in him. So let me turn this a little bit and see what I can come up with. I did the same thing. We did this at the beginning. The arc, yes. When you come to 29, the birth, okay, you get 18 and 11. The letters are RK, so when you say it, it says arc, and that is the birth. We did the B20 already, right? The difference between this and this, there is no difference. B is the second letter. O is the 15th letter, so we both end up with the same thing. I didn't run into this. I'm just going to do this really, really quick Sorry about that light. This is where I want to start counting. I want to start my counting after 60. I want to start my counting after 60. And the reason for that is that's when the clock strikes its first minute. It would be your first average, counting 60 up and counting 60 down. You would split that up to bring in yourself to your first average. And the reason for that, I'm going to do this really quick. It's just a thought in my head, is that time, okay, time, okay, to me should be 90 seconds, minutes in a 16-hour day. But when it's broken up, 90 and 90 is 180. So now you have 60, 60, 60. So instead of being elongated, okay, you now have maybe 60, 60, 60, or something like that, one of the two things. So everything got reduced. We no longer have nine. And the reason for that is Mars. Mars is number, Mars in blackjack. See, the payout in blackjack, okay, is 3-2 when you get a blackjack. And that's when ace is 11 and the jack and all picture cards are 10. So the 11th card is K and J, two letters that are in the A family. K and A. Why did it? Oh, yes, because number 11, the 11th letter. The reverse of the 11th letter is it's PKQJ. Anyways, don't want to get into that. Mars is numeric value 15. So if you would say 1.5 times 2 equals 3, right? And if you pay out 3-2, it also equals 3. So it's the same thing, 1.5 and 3-2, same numbers. I want to start at 60. Okay, 60 isn't, the reason for that is because when you get into 70, 80, and 90, I always mention that in French, the 19, 18, and 17 are counted separately with 10. So now this might get confusing. 17, 18, and 19. And also consider that pool has 15 plus 1 ball. And this all happens at 17, 18, and 19. I'm just thinking right now. Now, what actually happens now is because of that, it's now saying that I am playing the 10 ball with the 7 ball, the 10 ball with the 8 ball, the 10 ball with the 9 ball. Okay, there is no 10, 7, 10, 8, 10, 9. When you play pool, there is no 7, 8, 9 on the stripe side. The highest stripe, okay, is a 9. The ball that will separate everything is the 8. Then there is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 9 is in control of all of these, the highest ball. Now, I'm not sure if we can create 9, if we should be doing anything with this. I don't want to. I just want to call this the cube, reason of the cube. Anyways, let me get back to why I'm starting at 60, between 61 and 69, is because 70 is part of 60. 70 is part of 60. Only because in French, in order to say 70, you must say 60 and 10. These numbers up here, okay, are only because of the count up. 10 through 19. That is the count, 10 through 20. That is the count up. And the reason for that is because that's what you mention in here. Okay, when you have the going into the 70s, you are going to say 60, okay, plus 10 through 19. And you will get 70 through 79. When you count in the 80s, what you're actually saying is 4 times 20. So that's where the 20 comes in. When you go into the 90s, you are both including the 10 and the 20, okay? Full location. You are going 4 times 20 plus 10 through 19, in which 17, 18, 19 are mentioned separately, and they can be talking about these cubes at the same time. And that is one of the reasons I brought these numbers out specifically. And there's so many other little gimmicks, you know, like how do you count to 10? So or how can you get 10? And it would be 2 times 5, or 2.5 times 4. And never using any, you can't use any other denominator but a 5 in this. You can't use any other decimal points. Or what if I use 2.25 times what? No, I don't want to get into that. Sorry. And then the other ways to get it is 1 and 9, 2 and 8, 3 and 7, 4 and 6. You can't get 5 and 5, so we're going to leave 5 alone because there's only one 5. The other way to get there is 1 plus 2 plus 7, plus 7, and 1 plus 3 plus 6, 1 plus 4 plus 5, 2 plus 3 plus 5, 2 plus 4, you can't do it. 2 plus 5, you already have. 2 plus 6, plus 2, you can't do. 2 plus 7 plus 1, you already have. 3 plus what? 3 plus 4? No, you can't do. 4 plus, no, you can't do anything else. So these are the only other possible 10. So this is the other story that can be told with fabricating 10 through numbers. And then there's the mathematics that go along with it. This 10 over here will give me 14 in math. This 10 over here will give me 18. This one will give me 20. This one will give me 30. So these are my 14, 18, which is 5, 9, 2, and 3. 5, 9, 2, 3. 5, 9, 2, 3. Anyways, nor here nor there. It's just so funny that I marked down bear, and that would be number 26, which would be the game, which would be the queen, which would also be the division. The bear is a division. The queen is a division. The game is a division. A card is a division. And the reason for this division is because the multiplication, when you finish multiplying it, you're going to get to number 20. Number 20, the 20th letter, or the reverse is GT. And in gematria, they split 66. 6 times 2, 12. 6 plus 2, 8. 8 and 12, 20. 8 and 3 now come together. It's very special in the game of Baccarat. And when it comes together, 8 and 3, hold on a second. When 8 and 3 come together, okay. When 8 and 3 come together, it became the clubhouse. It connected to the moon. It created number 35, and which created 23, and connected to the student of 11 craps. Number 38, there's another reason for this. 1 and 2 creates 3. 1 and 2 creates 3. Why did I jump to the book so quick? Why did I jump to the book so quick? I don't remember. Number 38, the club, the gold. Oh, I wanted to see what I got it with. Where did I get this? 3 and 8. Oh, 3 here and 17. Okay, where the Q comes in. Okay, perfect. So the gold that I call the club, that I call the connecting moons, comes together on Q17, which is the brick and the mortar that come together because it creates the H and I that separates the bricks, the H and I, and the numeric value 52 that will create the letter Q, in which Q17 reverse 10 in the alphabet, giving me the letter J, or a fabrication of A plus B plus C, 6, plus D10, starts everything over again at N, and it creates JD. JD is number 10. He is Jack Daniels, maybe, okay? But JD or JC, because just after Jesus Christ, just after, with D, the delta angle, just after you get it and you have to move to the other side, you create the J, but your last value was 3C. Or you can say it was 6C because it's A plus B plus C. But if we stopped and added A plus B equals C plus C, okay, equals 6 plus D equals 10. Let me do this again. A plus B equals 3 plus, okay, that's right. A plus B equals C plus D now equals to 7. Do you follow what I'm saying? If we go A plus B plus C equals to 6, plus D equals to 10. So the numeric value of mathematics, okay, A plus B equals to C3, plus D equals to 4, 7. A plus B plus C equals to 6, plus 4 equals to 10. 5 times 2, 5 plus 2 is Earth's number. Is this how they did it? Did they have to do it this way? Because they didn't, I wasn't born on that side. I was born on this side. So whatever mechanics they used on that side, it's like you're taking a whole bunch of stuff and you throw it into a machine and it comes out the other end. I threw in some apples, but on the other side, I didn't get no apples. I got apple juice. On the other side, I wasn't talking. So they sent the information to the other side, to this side. So I can talk here, talk for myself. There was a design that I did yesterday that I was having trouble with the design. And I did complete it yesterday. And the design is here. That's the obligation design. It is a 45-degree angle. Okay. And it is rung down by 8, separation by 8. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, okay, there's a separation of 8 in here. And then I drew this angle over here. Here I put 4 blocks, 4 blocks, 4 blocks, 4 blocks. Here I put 2, 2, 2 all the way down. Here I get 1, 2, 3, 4 periods of time. Do you remember I told you pi, how everything was broken up with pi, 2 areas, 3 areas should actually equal to 2 areas, right? So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 and 4 is the creation of Pluto. 8 is the heaven. The total amount of lines that should go down, if I got this right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, is 16. The most amount of areas I reduced here is 4, 8, 12, 16. So I moved over 16, down and over, and straight down, and they were both 16, but one line is shorter than the other. I forget what the complete equation was of this. I was trying to create the Z and the N because I wanted to also create the H and the I. And the reason for this is the N and the Z is a way of measuring diagonal. The H and the I is the bipolarity of the high and the low. Well, it's the same thing with the H and the I, but anyways, it creates Union Jack. It creates the flag of Great Britain. Union equals to 73, 1 and 2. 3 equals to 1 times 1. No, 1 times 2, 1. No, how do you get 3 again? 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals 2 and 1 equals to 3. So it's 11 that created 3. And it's 1 and 3. So how do we create 7? My only way to create 7 is 1 and 3. So 1 and 1 and 1 in between 1. You have to give life in order to create that. Anyways, another thing, there was another scale I was working on. I wish I can talk about it more. I can't. Here's 12, 10, 8, 6. 20, what is this? 24, 20, 16, 12, 36, 30, 30, 72, 60 seconds on. And this is the one we work on right here. This is our clock right over here. I'm just trying to figure out the clock. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to figure out the clock. They have 48 minutes in basketball. They have 60 minutes in football by 4 quarters. They have 90 minutes in soccer, and that would be how do I get 90? 60 and 30. I don't. Anyways, so I'm just trying to figure out the clock, and I'm just trying to remember what 11. Oh, right. This is only the space in between 11, 9, and 7. The birth, the gateway, and the creation. So I'm just thinking in my head. You may have seen trying to figure out Warner Brothers right now. Donald Duck, Road Runner, and don't forget, Warp Speed is part of Disney. When they use Warp Speed, it's part of a Disney replica. It seems like everything that was created in the past is now coming into the future, but instead of in a cartoon reality, it's a real life reality, and we are living it. And all I remember is before I end this video is Jacques Chirac. Let me look him up. Let me see if I can find him. Hold on a second. Jacques Chirac. Ah, here he is. Yeah, there he is. There's Jacques Chirac, eh? There he is. Yeah, let's find him. Let's watch a video. I don't know. Let me see if I got a video. Bonanza Bugs, Looney Tunes. All I want here, wet hair. I'm not sure. Let me see what they're going to show me over here. Hold on a second. Wet hair. So he's down by the water. You know, when I was a kid, this looked real. I wanted to go swimming.
Hey, who turned off my shower? I paid my water bill.
So now you go up. Watch. This is the future coming. They wrote this for the future right now.
I have dammed the river. Now the water, she belongs to me, Black Jacques Chirac.
I don't want to sound naive, Jacques, but what gives you darkness? Yeah, but what if one of those little rocks at the bottom came loose?
Little Rock, Arkansas.
You mean like this one? One liter.
So now, here.
This time I fixed that sick rabbit.
So you see, Bugs Bunny is supposed to be good, right? Bugs Bunny's supposed to be good. Bugs Bunny's supposed to be good, right? Watch how good Bugs Bunny is. There he is. Bugs Bunny's breaking dams. Look at that. Bugs Bunny, 22 for life.
You hear? But I will be ready for him. He tried to blow up my... Oh, no. I was too clever. He tried to blow up my... Oh, no.
Look at Bugs Bunny. You think he's a good person? Look at Bugs Bunny's doing. This is what they taught our children. Okay, so that's it. That's the end. But so we're watching this as kids. So we've been growing up with Yosemite Sam and all them shooting up them bars. Imagine, don't watch this show, but Yosemite Sam is shooting up the bars. I'm a 6-year-old kid. What's going on? Did you ever think of it? Your 6-year-old is watching Yosemite Sam come and take the money or whatever it is, watching Jacques Chirac, watching the science, the mad science in Bugs Bunny, watching cigars blow up, watching cats trying to eat little birdies. What's going on? What's going on? Merry melodies, M&M, more M's. The thing about the M is it's not just the M. They really put it out and showed the real truth. They're army stripes. Those are army stripes, okay? An army stripe here, an army stripe here. Those army stripes represent the foxes. They represent the fox. They also represent the sword. And, hold on a second. And it's supposed to be, right, It's supposed to be for a distance apart. Chevrons. And the thing about chevrons is it's A and B, right? The C is down here. Like your bowling ball, how to pick them up. The chevron is the goat. And I'm not really sure where we can use the cow in any of this, but thank you for watching Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. If you want to ask me something, send me something. It was a sort of very funny weekend the last few days, you know, when you going over things you've done in the past and can't believe something you did, like so crazy, like it was like I was out to lunch. Can't even explain the situation. I just like I wasn't there. It's like somebody gives you the opportunity to do something and you do it without paying attention to what you're doing. It was like I don't know, like Zombieland or something. Anyways, that's what happens, I guess, when it's late. But anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching. I don't know why I do this. I really don't. I don't know why I do things like that. I don't know why. I don't know why. Thank you for watching. Take care. End stream. Say something. Don't say anything. But it's 1:17, and I'm going to end it on 1:17:16 because the 17th